Teresa Van Woy here, aka WOODSYDOC. In this video, I'm going to show you a new way to finish your wood sculpture pieces. Now, in the past, I've always used a combination of turpentine mixed with beeswax, melt it, harden it, apply it, and melt it into the wood. Now that turpentine's outlawed in California, I had to come up with something else. So in this video, I'm going to show linseed oil with beeswax. Came out pretty good. I'll show you step by step what I did. I think I'm going to try other oils and compare. Maybe some almond oil or walnut oil in the future. But for now, here's the linseed oil with beeswax. As of last month in the state of California, you can no longer buy turpentine. That was my go-to to mix with my beeswax to make my finish for my woodworking pieces. So now I'm going to try it with linseed oil. So I have a big piece of beeswax here that I get from my friend at Gold Rush Bay Area Honey, locally in Vallejo, California. And you can get them in much smaller pieces, which I recommend. This is really kind of hard as a rock and very hard to cut. But this is what I have, so this is what I'm going to use. So first of all, I'm going to have to you can use a knife and cut that, or a grater. I'm going to go ahead with my cheese grater. I don't need a lot since the piece I'm going to demonstrate on is very small. So I'm just going to put this in a little glass container. And then I'm going to transfer it to a double boiler. Actually, just transfer this little glass container to a pot with some water in it. I do not have the stove on to start, so I'm setting that in there. Now I'm going to turn on the stove and let that start melting. Alrighty, that's all melted. So now I'm going to pour in some linseed oil. And the beeswax was so hard, I'm going to probably pour in about double the amount of wax I have in there with oil. And then give that a good stir. Just using a wooden skewer stick. Okay, so it's kind of strange. It made the beeswax a little bit solid, but I could still stir it up. It wasn't hard. Let's see if I can get that all mixed together. Different kind of smell than I'm used to. It doesn't have that really strong pungent smell of the turpentine, but this one smells kind of like castor oil. I think what I'm going to do is bring it back to the double boiler because, let's see if that's too hot. There are some chunks in there. Let's see if I can boil that off. I put it back in the double boiler. Now it has a more uniform consistency. So now I just wait. I'll probably check on it in about a half hour to 45 minutes, let it harden up and see how it does. It's been a little over a half hour and it's still not quite ready yet, and it's still pretty soft in there. So I'm going to give it maybe another half hour after this. Okay, I think I put too much linseed oil in it. It's not really getting hard. I even put it in the refrigerator for a little while. But I'll give it a try. See how it does. So I'm just going to take some of this. The piece I have is just this tiny little, what I'm making a little healing wand. It kind of looks like a vulture to me. So I'm just going to rub some of this mixture in there. Getting in all the little grooves, nooks and crannies. And now I'm going to use the, I have a hot gun, which is way better than a hair dryer. So, trust me, it's so worth it. I had been using a hair dryer. These hot guns aren't that expensive. It'll save you so much time. So I'm going to use the hot gun, melt that back on there, and see how it works. Here's the final products of my healing wand. I added some Herkimer diamonds, embedded those in there, and some other semi-precious stones. I like how it kind of looks like a vulture or an eagle. It's kind of cute.